Hey, it's me, Roman, here to make a dumb little update video after never really doing one before. I know I had a mini update at the end of my Mega Man ZX Extras video, but I legit told y'all to click off and I was somehow surprised y'all clicked off. My own idiocy aside, I actually have a lot I want to talk about that I deemed important enough where I don't want it buried away as a text post. I would have liked to have my face on camera, but I needed a haircut for a fancy event at work recently, so I look a little different from usual and don't want to be on camera. Anyway, holy shit, I've reached 5.k subscribers. That number is legitimately wild to me. I was never sure if I'd ever reached that amount of subscribers, and especially not within such a short period of time. So first of all, big thanks to all of you. The me of a year ago would have barely believed that I'd have reached 1k by now. Now, some of the newer subscribers that just got here might not entirely get what I mean by that, so let me back up. I'm gonna do a NovaZone lore time half this video. If you want to hear about me, my journey, and why I make these videos, keep watching. If you just want to skip to what's in the future, go to the timestamp that says future. So years ago, I'm talking 2013 through 2014, this used to be a Let's Play channel. At the time, I fit into every stereotypical I just want to be online trope. Poor commentary, nasally voice, a dazzle, crappy headset mic, and Windows Movie Maker. They were really crappy post-commentary videos similar to Clement or H.C. Bailey, but I had none of the charm. A few live commentary series with friends my brother did decently, but I wasn't going anywhere with that content, especially with my setup, lack of time to work on it, and just general lack of editing knowledge. But I didn't care much, I was having fun with it. Later on I met some guys online who I now consider some of my closest friends and joined a now defunct commentary channel. During that time I decided that I was having more fun making videos with them than doing Let's Plays by myself, leading to some written content on my channel. I ended up making 4 videos during my senior year of high school in early 2015. Now those videos sucked to dick, and they're gonna stay hidden. In fact, all of the Let's Plays and one of the 4 written videos are completely lost to time, so don't expect any to show up. Now after I started undergrad on the other side of the country from where I'm from, I made 90-ish% of one more video when it kinda just hit me, these are all hot garbage. Which is when I wiped my channel and deleted the video I was working on. Throughout most of my 4 years at undergrad, I decided not to worry about making videos. I had my Elgato and mic with me in the dorm, but I had a really good dance scholarship and needed to maintain it. Skip forward 3 years. I'm unemployed after college because I needed a major hip surgery. So now I'm doing some intense physical therapy, walking on crutches, and I'm just off of painkillers. And around this point, I decided to finally play through the entire Final Fantasy XIII trilogy while I was on crutches and going through physical therapy. Midway through my first ever playthrough of 13-2, I thought to myself, hey, literally no one has ever talked about Lightning Returns. I should make a video about it. And at that time, I legitimately knew nothing about the game. Then I ordered it on Amazon, finished the last half of my 13-2 playthrough with my dying Elgato, and spent roughly 3 months between the start of playing 13-1 and when I finished editing to have a okay 48-minute video that performed horribly. I don't really agree with 75% of what I said in that video anymore, and many people have since made better Lightning Returns videos, but my general sentiment of I didn't enjoy Lightning Returns still stands, and it has a special place in my heart. I had fun making the video and knew where I could improve, so I decided to go forth with more short ideas since I told myself I'm never doing a long video again. I proceeded to make a Mega Man Zero retrospective of similar length 6 months later. I trudged along with some passion projects like 7 Remake, Moon, and the start of my KH series. But nothing got any views until my Sonic Colors video. I kinda hit the jackpot here. I decided to replay and make a Colors video for no particular reason. I just wanted to do it. It's not a long video, it's not my all-encompassing thoughts on Sonic Colors, it was just something I suddenly thought to make since I hadn't given Colors a full playthrough since it released. I think the video might have taken 15 hours to make, and that's with the 5 hours of playtime included. Right before I finished it, however, rumors about Colors Ultimate started showing up, so I added in a cheesy line at the end, retitled it to fit the rumors, and pissed off a lot of Unleashed fans by saying I don't like the Werehog. Colors ended up doing way better than any of my other videos, and that really helped revitalize my motivation after my first year of grad school really killed me. I got really pumped to work on the Kingdom Hearts 2 video, when suddenly my Mega Man Zero video blew up out of nowhere. I mean, that video was over a year old and just suddenly had a big spike in views. Riding the hype of that, I put a pause in KH2 and did the ZX games, which had completely fallen out of my mind. Although it's funny to call that hype now, since I had less than 500 subs at that point. After those, I did the second and third KH videos, felt super pleased with myself, did Alex Kidd in about 4 days, watched the views go nowhere on any of those, then remembered that this has no place as a major focus, and decided to put more effort on my studies for my final year of grad school, resulting in the final part of KH getting pushed to April, 13 months after the KH1 video. And actually, I edited almost half of the Dream Drop video in a day because the KH4 trailer got me really hyped up. I was hoping KH4 hype would also boost the video a bit, but it didn't. So I decided I'd put the 4 videos together because me and my friend Fluffy had a joke about me doing it since part 2. I rewatched the 4 parts, listed the changes I wanted to make, and put them together as one mega video with a clickbait thumbnail I slapped together in 15 minutes that I have accepted will forever make me the subject of ridicule. Legit, I was not thinking too hard about that thumbnail. I really just wanted to be done with Kingdom Hearts, but I'm glad a lot of people got a chuckle from the thumbnail to video length comparison. The irony of it is not lost on me. And again, 800%, I did not expect that video to get any views. My thought was, Kingdom Hearts has been in the back of my head for over a year, it's going nowhere, I'm happy with the project, time to move on until I have inspiration for KH3. In the time since uploading that compilation video, I went from 900 subs to where I'm at now, and I'm really grateful for that. It's totally wild and has inspired me to keep going down the direction that I've chosen for myself. Which gets me to what's next. So a lot of you subscribed to me from the Kingdom Hearts video. That's great. Glad it brought you in. That was the biggest passion project I've put together, and if one video of mine were to blow up, I'm glad it's that one. However, I am currently satisfied with my look at the series and want to go towards other subjects. I have every intention of covering the Key series, KH3, Remind, and Melody of Memory, just not for now. I even already have in mind how I'll look at those titles. The Key series will all be put together, KH3 and Remind will be a much more personal video with Melody of Memory thrown at the end, and Dark Road depends on how the final chapter goes. I'm also not the biggest fan of the Key series, so that video will be a little bit short. And because of that, I might fuse that with a section about corrections to make to the big video. I've received a lot of corrections in the comments, some valid, some wrong, some opinion, some irrelevant until KH3, and some that just didn't really get a joke I made. But I think all of those videos will be closer to KH4's release than they are to today, so please stop edging in anticipation. For the near future, I had every intention of covering the Panzer Dragoon trilogy on Sega Saturn. If y'all didn't know, Sega Saturn is notorious for the difficulty to emulate. I played them all a while ago on an emulator called Manafin, absolutely loved them, and had been preparing to do that series after KH. I was so fucking hyped for this. In fact, I've been spending a lot of time figuring out a newer Saturn emulator called Chronos, since footage from Manafin looks really shitty. Anyway, I recorded Panzer Dragoon multiple times on Saturn, recorded the Sega Ages version on PS2, the remake on Steam, and have everything I need for that game. Then I moved to Panzer Dragoon's Y. Chronos crashed every time I beat Stage 3. Messed with every setting possible, still crashed at Stage 3. I thought maybe I'd just use some crappy Manafin footage if Saga ran alright. It didn't. It crashed very frequently. I could have done some fancy save state stuff with Zwei since it's a short game, but Saga is an RPG. I can't keep up with save stating every 4 minutes for 20 hours. That meant that I'd only have good footage for what I expect to account for 1/6 of the video. Now you may also wonder why I don't just record off of original hardware. A Sega Saturn system isn't too much, only about $100. However, North American Saturn game prices are ridiculous. If I wanted all 3 Japanese copies of the game, I'm looking at $70 to $100 for all of them put together. If I'm looking at the North American versions of just Panzer Dragoon 1 and 2, I'm looking at $300. If I'm looking at the North American version of Panzer Dragoon Saga, I'd be shelling out over $1,000. This is why game preservation is important. Not easy to emulate GameCube games, commonly re-released NES games for $3 more than they're worth. It's games like Panzer Dragoon Saga that's on a difficult to emulate system, marking upwards of $1,000. So yeah, Panzer Dragoon is on hold until Saturn emulation gets a bit better. I could do it with Manafin, but the team working on Chronos is working really hard, and I can see myself kicking myself in the dick a year from now if Saga and Zwei become more stable. All that to say, I had a freak out last night and planned out the next few videos since I used my entire weekend on Panzer Dragoon. First, I'm going to do the Azure Striker Gunvolt duology. I played the first one on 3DS years ago and want to try the second one before 3 comes out in July. Might as well do both as a follow-up to the ZX games. After that, I'm going to do my first anime video. I've wanted to do one forever, and I decided I might as well go all out, so after Azure Striker, I'm going to make a video about the entire Casshern series. I've always loved Sins and think that looking at the entire series can give me a greater appreciation for it, so look out for that. I have the next few ideas afterwards in mind as well, but I barely like revealing the next video, so 2 ahead is already a lot. Now, for non-content things, I'm actually internally debating about reopening a Discord server of mine. I haven't had time to use it anymore, nor will I in the near future, but if y'all want to talk to each other, I'd be more than happy to open it up to y'all. As well, if you want more consistent updates from me, please follow me on Twitter. It'll give you both a better idea of my workflow, as well as my general day-to-day happenings. Anyways guys, thank y'all so much for the support. I hope that you'll follow me in my future endeavors.